Hello everybody, Navy Vet out the range with my Danish rolling block. This supposedly 11.7 by 51 rimmed, but I do believe that it is longer than that. I'm using a 4570 case and it slides in no problem. Now, I tried a 4590 and it will not fit. The bore diameter, the groove diameter, as best I can tell, since it's a 5-groove barrel, is 463 groove diameter. I'm using IMR 4198 at 29 grains, a Lee cast bullet. It's supposed to be 405 grains, but it's actually 390 somewhere in there. I'm using a backer rod filler with a felt wad on top. There are a few in here that do not have the backer rod, and I'm not sure which ones they are. The overall length is 2 inches, 790 thousandths. So these will be our first shots with these cases. I have the chronograph set up, and I'm going to shoot the target in the middle on the right. Boy, this needs to come up a little bit. This is hard to, not very comfortable. $13.06. Now that should have fire formed the case, and it did bulge a little bit. So it's really not very comfortable to shoot. I feel like I'm up pretty high on here, and I don't have a good cheek weld to the stock. $13.26. That's pretty good. I'll just keep these cases for this rifle because they will be fire formed to this chamber. I have a CH4D die set, and it's 11.7 by 51R. However, it will full length size these cases. So that one's 13.06. I do use wheel weight lead and a black powder lube that I get off of eBay. I'm sizing through a Lyman 450 bullet sizer. And I'm using the Lee turret press that I've had for years to actually load these. So I don't know how it looks down there. Got to start somewhere, right? Ow. I can't really get a good hold on this because it's this from here to there is high, and I'm not liking that. I actually blew this case. That case is no good. That's why you want to anneal your cases, even the straight walls, especially when you're fire forming. I can't get a good...
One minute to a ceasefire, 1 minute.
All right, and that was 13:31. All right, that's 6. I'm going to save this. Save the group. And then we'll go to save groups. And we'll read the data on that. So the average was 1337. Standard deviation was 28. The minimum was 1306. And the maximum was 1376. So, we'll get down range in here in a minute and take a look at the damage. But yeah, I split this case. I see it right there, it just blew it out. So that case is no good. So we'll walk down there and see what kind of grouping we got. I wish I knew exactly what that groove diameter is, but it's, like I said, it's a 5-groove barrel. So unless you got I think they're called sign mics, kind of hard to get an accurate reading. And there you go. I like it. I'm going to shoot some more of those. I'll actually drift the front sight a little bit and see what it does. All right. I drifted the front sight a little bit. I don't think I need to record any more data as far as the chronograph goes. I got what I needed there. Looks like this is a good load. So I'm left. I'm left. So I needed to drift the front sight left and should move the gun to the right. I want to get the scope set up because I didn't really do that because I was shooting for groups. Okay, so we know we're high and left. And I really like it when the front sights on these old guns, you can drift them. Some of my rolling blocks you cannot. I think actually all of them, but this one I cannot drift the front sight on. I'll have to check that out. I do believe that's true. So other than that, it's uncomfortable as heck to get in here and so we're not going to shoot high. I'm not going to adjust for that. But that recoil is painful. Ow. Ow. Because I can't, oh, that hurt my shoulder. I'm going to put a recoil pad on it. That was painful. Yeah, that one hurt. Ugh. Mainly because of the way this thing's designed. It's I don't know what you call it. Your cheek weld, is that right? I can't do it's just not comfortable. I cannot get on the stock. That's better. Speed's okay. I'm liking that. There's no way to neck size a free wall case as far as I know. So hopefully my full length sizer, once these fire form, doesn't change it too much. That's cool. You guys probably figured out by now, I really like these old guns. I ran out of cases to put my cartridges in. I had this old wood box in the garage, and it works pretty good. Okay, I want to take a peek and see what it is we have there. Kind of a spread there. Yeah. I know it shoots better than that. Well, let me try the other target and take a little more time. The sight was getting fuzzy on me, so. That backer rod, you can smell it. It's got a weird smell to it. That one was a little slow. That one was 1260. That one was 1192. That one was 1303, so yeah. There's really not a lot of difference between the Danish brass and the 4570 as far as I can tell. I mean, it's bulging a little bit, but not a whole lot. I'm doubting that this is a 51 case length. So, yeah. Did a chamber test, but honestly, it didn't tell me much. get me some plastic cartridge case for this. Keep this brass separate. Yeah, that's staying right around 1300. I went with 1314, so yeah, I think that's a pretty decent load. Take a look. See.
1 minute to a ceasefire, 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad, really. I got one flyer, and the rest of them are in a group. Not a tight group, but it's not a bad group either. Not for 50 yards. So, that's pretty cool. Walking down range again. It's a beautiful day in the low 60s. So, still shooting left. Those were my last shots, and there's a flyer. And here's was the shooting I did on the other target. But that's not bad. It's not bad at all. I like it. All right, I'm going to move on.